Just an injury update. Saquon Hampton, after he got back, just going through everything, he ended up rupturing his Achilles. So obviously he'll be out for the season. Outside of that, we're fairly clean coming out of the game. There's some guys just with some, bumps and bruises, things like that. No update on Jordan Jenkins as far as, what his availability will be this week. He's the only guy that I'd really say that is a question mark going into practice next week. So with that, any questions?
Ask Coach a question, press star 3. Rich from ESPN, your line is active.
Two-parter, Adam. With Sam, are you surprised that he's been performing at the level he's performed at this year?
When going back and watching this game, it's frustrating to see, especially early on in the game, a lot of the things that he's doing the right things. We're having breakdowns around him. I'm sure at the end of the year when we go look at the big picture, there's going to be things that we definitely, need to do better and get corrected. But, this game, just looking at this, it's frustrating to see him turning the ball loose on time, going to the right spot. I mean, he made one mistake on the third down where basically Jamal should have had a pick. We need him to go to a different spot with the ball. Early in the game especially, probably until late third quarter, I mean, he was making the right decisions. We just got to help him.
And just to follow on that, what will it take to get him back to the level, and I'm not even talking about the last 3 games, I'm talking long term, but what will it take to get him back to performing at a high enough level?
Well, I mean, it's not just him, it's got to be the guys around him. I mean, everybody's got to do their job. We need the line to do their job, backs to do their jobs, tight ends, wide receivers. He can make the right decisions on his reads, but he can't catch it. He can't make the guys be in the right spots. We need all 11 to be on. It's right now. I look at it going, if you're looking at this from outside in and you're not sure who's supposed to be doing what, he's the easy guy to blame. But we need everybody to be doing their job better.
Connor from The Athletic, your line is active.
Adam, I get that there are some breakdowns around Sam, but I mean, you look at the numbers that he's put up; they're bad. I mean, he's under 60% completion percentage again. The quarterback rating's not there. He only threw for 132 yards. So, I mean, he does deserve some of the blame too. No.
Well, I mean, that's who's going to get it. I mean, the quarterback and the head coach get all the blame. I mean, that's just what it is. But the quarterback rating changes when we catch the ball in the red zone and we either get a first down, we got another chance to try to score a touchdown. We got to figure out ways to make plays, not only for him, and when he has his opportunities to, go to the right place at the right time, like he can't have those hiccups. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, hey, he played perfect. I'm saying we need everybody to do their job for us to even, be in the game at that, throughout this game. I mean, we didn't take advantage of anything. And, especially towards the end of the game, I think we probably started doing a couple things that, we just got to get cleaned up.
Brian from The Post, your line is active.
Yeah, Adam, I have 3 players I was looking for an update on. Denzel Mims, is he back in the protocol? Is he going to be good to go this week?
Yes,
okay.
He's back in the protocol.
What happened with Crowder? It looked like he's questionable Friday. How did he get cleared? And then is he concerned going forward this week, or do you feel like he's back clear?
No, on Thursday we were in individual, and I didn't see exactly where he did it, but I kind of saw him kind of messing with his calves. And, he's a guy where I've been around him long enough to where I can tell by his body language something's not right. We pulled him out of practice, took him to get an MRI. He thought maybe he could go on Friday, and then he didn't feel as good as he thought. Then we got, on the flight, we were just kind of, we'll see if how treatment goes. And then once we got to Sunday, we worked him out before the game, and he said that he was good to go. It was one of those situations where you're going, man, if he's not shooting us straight here, this could be a series and that's it. But he did a good job at telling us exactly how he felt. He was able to get through the game.
And then the last one I had was Sam Spicken. Is there any chance he can come back with the uncertainty about Sergio right now?
Yes, there is definitely. Hopefully we get him and possibly P. Ryan out of practice this week.
Thanks.
Al from Newsday, your line is active.
Yeah, I'm going back to Sam. You talked about it at the end of the game, and then we see him afterwards. Obviously, he looks crushed all the time. Do you think he needs a break? Because, he's been just, like you said, he's getting the blame for everything. Do you think he needs, a mental break?
Well, the injury, him being knocked out with the injury for a few weeks, I know he was itching to get back in there. This is the tough part of our profession. These are the things that sometimes you have to go through, especially as a player, especially as a quarterback, where, you have to find a way to help your guys get better, find ways to put points on the board, find ways to move the football. I don't think him basically stepping away is gonna be helpful. I think he's got to keep pushing, keep fighting through. The guys need to see him keep fighting through, and we got to get all our guys to rally around, especially offensively, and start doing things better as a group.
Greg from the Post, your line is active.
Adam, what kind of a mental strain do you think the last few weeks have taken on guys at this point in the season with the record being what it is?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I would say that one was kind of that one hurt for sure. I thought guys did a good job of trying to bounce back and come back to practice and refocus and, handle the trip well and go out there. It's just, it's hard for me to get into everybody's head. A lot of guys are very forthcoming as far as expressing how they feel about certain things and kind of where their mindset is. For the most part, that's the hardest thing about being a head coach is trying to, decipher whether or not it's the truth or it's what you want to hear. But the majority of guys that I've spoken with, the focus is coming back, getting better at practice, figuring out a way to execute the game plan that's presented to them, and figuring out how to play three phases together for 4 quarters.
AP from Forbes, your line is active.
Adam, after Frank Gore was injured in the Las Vegas game, your team had by far the best game during your tenure in Russia in terms of individual and team success. Yet yesterday you chose to go back to Gore before garbage time as your primary ball carrier, even though arguably the younger backs would give your team maybe a better chance to win. What was your reasoning behind that decision?
Well, we got three backs available to us. Like I said, you can never predict how many plays that you're going to have in a game. We felt like we had it mapped out as far as how we were going to rotate them. We had too many 3-and-outs. Didn't put us in ideal position. We had our best rushing game against Las Vegas. There's a reason behind that. Just kind of the way they were playing. I think the young guys did a good job of hitting it and taking what was given to them and how it was blocked. But, I mean, this was a different team we were playing, and they handled things a little differently. And, we had some good runs there early, and then it just kind of flattened out for us.
Connor from The Athletic, your line is active.
Adam, kind of building off a bit of what JP said there, I know you love Frank Gore. I know what he means to the team as far as a leader and things like that, but at 0-13, do you eventually need to turn focus to the future? I mean, Frank's 37. He's not going to be around for a while or for forever, while Ty Johnson, P. Ryan, when he gets back out there, potentially Josh Adams. I mean, these are guys that can potentially have a role in this team moving forward. Should you consider sitting Frank to get these other guys reps in a year that clearly isn't going to the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna, we'll play the guys whenever they're available. If P. Ryan comes back, and might change the way that we're doing things. But as for right now, we're trying to give all those guys touches. That's the decision that we decided to make.
We'll take a few more for Coach. Rich from ESPN, your line is active.
Adam, in your coaching, have you ever been involved in a season like this? And I'm talking like back to high school. Is there anything like remotely close to this type of season that you've been through? What's been the closest? And could you draw anything from that?
No, I haven't been in. I think the most games I ever lost in a row was like 6 or something like that. And that was in Detroit. I have nothing even close to this. Yeah, I mean, to be able to say it, that I can draw from anything from the past, going through this, I can't say that I've been through anything close to this.